Hi guys, and welcome to Honey and Me. I'm Susan. We are currently car camping on our property in the Yukon. Our cabin is miles away and we just got here yesterday, and I decided to spend a couple of days camping on our property where we don't have a cabin by the lake until we're ready to go and take loads of stuff into our cabin that we've hauled all the way up here from southern BC. I brought my little space tent that goes off the back of my RAV4 SUV because although today is a absolutely gorgeous day for the end of September up here, tomorrow is not supposed to be so nice. So I wanted to put up the tent today and make sure that it was going to work for me and the dogs and the cat, and show you what I am using to make it so that it is safe for my cat Gracie. She is an indoor cat. She does go out on a leash. She's currently in her little pop-up kennel that I bring with me camping and also use at home because it keeps her from catching birds and chipmunks and things like that, because even when she's outside on her leash, she still manages to do that. So I had to be careful with her when I've got her out on a leash that she's not going to be able to catch anything. But the little pop-up kennel that I have for her keeps her contained, makes her feel like she's outside. She can jump at things but not get them. So anyway, that is beside the point. We're inside the SUV tent that I have put up already. It was way easier this time. Didn't have to struggle getting that last leg in the little hole at the bottom there. Way easier. But I did forget to show you in my last video about this tent that the sides opened up to be screens. I am keeping my screens open. You can see behind me here, this is a screen, and this is the front door screen here, and then over here is the third screen side. So you can actually open these screens up so that it's completely open. So it's more like you're in an awning, I guess, because these sides do open up. There's zippers over here that open up the screens. The flaps roll up on the outside, and I'll show you that when I go out. But yeah, this is really quite comfortable. I'm not crazy about the reflective silver interior, but supposedly that is so that any heat you might have in here or source of heat or whatever, it reflects the heat back in and supposedly keeps the heat out as well if it's hot. So today is quite a pleasant day, and I haven't needed to worry about reflecting anything. I'm just going to duck out here. That's one thing I find with this tent is you can see how tall I am. I'm 5'7", and the top of this door is lower than me. So you do have to duck to go in. This part here that's all rolled up here is also the awning. So you can't have the door closed as well as the awning out. You either have the awning out or you have the door closed, one or the other. You can't have both. So we'll just walk back here, give you a better look at the tent. It looks pretty good on the car. That's an old camper that we have here on the property that we store stuff in. I have the dogs back there. There's Gracie's kennel right there. And Una and Fred are tied up back there. I have a pile of stuff there that needs to go into the cabin that was in my car. There's the car with the little canopy on the back. And I'll show you what I'm using to close up the sides of the tent against the car to keep Gracie from being able to wiggle her way out. So let's go and take a look at that and see how it works. Down here you can see the magnets that I've used, and these are ones that I picked up at a hardware store in Canada, Canadian Tire. They're quite heavy duty. I've got 3 of them on this side, and I have 4 on the other side. I would have 4 on this side, but I've realized that one of them is actually in our travel trailer. So I'll have to rescue that from there so I can put it in with this tent. I have it strapped up here to the back of my awning, and I have it attached to the rims on the back of the car. It works well to pull it down this way. I've tried attaching it to the handles here, but it pulls it the wrong direction. It really needs to be pulled down. So it works best on the rims of the car. So there's all the extra fabric. I also had people say, why don't I just take this and pull it forward? But you can't do that. And I did explain it to anybody who commented that, because the bottom of the car only allows the sleeve that goes over your car and joins it to the tent. It can only go that far. That's where the tire is. It won't come any further forward. And you can't pull the top any further forward. There isn't enough fabric between the two to be able to do that. So for anybody who's wondering, why don't I just pull it forward to smooth it out? That's why. It doesn't come any further forward than that because of the tire. Here on the other side, I've got 1, 2, 3, and down there 4 of the magnets. There's a little shelf here on the side of my car, so I keep that one right down there. This one's as far back as it can go without being around the corner. And then same with these ones. I move them as far back as I can without them coming off the back of the car. And I'm hoping that that will keep Gracie from being able to squeeze in between there and slipping out the sides of the tent. So let's go inside and we'll take a look. There is the screen cover all rolled up on the side. The other one is the same. It's quite a big screen, so it could be used as your door if you wanted to not use the front as the door. But that's what it looks like. It lets in lots of airflow, and I've got both of mine open because I want to be able to see all around me for any bear that happens to decide he wants to come and check us out. So I don't think, and with Gracie you just never know, I don't think Gracie would try to push through those. I am going to look for some stronger magnets. These ones are pretty strong. I think they're a form of rare earth magnet, but I know you can get stronger ones. So that's what I'm going to be looking for. I use these ones for the awning that I have for the car camper as well. It's just a little umbrella type awning that goes over the patch door and sticks out so I can have a chair and stuff underneath it. It's great for covering the back for the occasional sprinkle or sunshine, so you don't want sun shining in if it's really hot. And I've used it a lot and I really like it. But this is going to make it so that I can car camp in inclement weather, do up the sides, do up the door, sit in here, and I can have a really cozy little spot to hang out when the weather isn't the kind you want to be out sitting around your campfire. And I can get in and out of the back of my car, as can the animals, i.e. Gracie. At night, I will be closing the hatch. I'm not going to be leaving the hatch open to the tent during the night. I don't think that's particularly safe, especially some of the places that I camp. I think this is going to work really well for me and Gracie and the dogs. So I'm quite pleased with the tent. If you haven't watched the video that I did of setting it up, I'm going to leave the link down below in the description. It'll probably be at the end of this video as well. But this space gives me room for a chair, as well as I have the dogs' beds in here, and I put down one of my little travel camping mats, which makes it quite nice and cozy in here. And I think it will also make the floor last longer by not stepping on the floor, because the floor is exactly the same fabric as the rest of the tent is made out of. I can pull my little table out for cooking on if I want to cook in here. I think this is going to work really, really well, and I'm quite thrilled with it.